This is the one that I wanted to have a really good look at today. Because we have a new strategic plan, everyone. And those of you who have watched before know that I love a strategic plan. I love doing this stuff. I'm a bit of a dork for this kind of stuff in organizations that I'm in. So I've done a few before. I'm just making a big marketing and brand plan for the business that I work for my day job. So I've just been doing this week, and I just really like them. I like this part of work where you get to we talk about working on a business and working in a business. When you're in the business, you're doing the thing. For me, for the Cube store, when I'm working in the business, I'm putting things on the website. I'm stuffing things into packages. I'm sending them out. I'm ordering things. I'm dealing with customer emails and calls and all that kind of stuff. That's working in the business. Working on the business is just as important, because that's when you sit and you go, what is next? What is next year? What am I promoting right now? How am I promoting it? What are our moves? What's our strategy? How do we grow? How do we blah, 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 blah. It's the big stuff, and it's the big thinking stuff that that you don't get to. You have a hard time thinking about when you're working in the business. And I think it's really fun to do the high level strategic thinking stuff. So when I saw that there was a new strategic plan, because of course we were due one, I thought, happy days, I'm going to take a look at that. I kind of love it. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to the world. And this is big because the mission statement, as we're going to find out, is gone. The mission statement has been replaced by a purpose. And it is a bit different. And I think that's really interesting. So welcome to the World Cube Association Strategic Plan for 25 to 28. The strategic plan builds on WCA Vision and Strategy 21 to 26 and incorporates feedback from our members and regional organizations who all make speedcubing the sport it is today. Did you spot that? Did we spot that language, everyone? The WCA in their strategic plan are referring to speedcubing as a sport. I love that. The WCA stands at a crossroads. And to truly thrive, we must be ambitious and transformative. This new strategic plan is a direct response to the explosive growth and rapidly changing environment we have witnessed in a post-COVID world. So we had a big growth in cubing post-COVID. Our last plan was purely post-COVID. It was kind of a recovery strategic plan. It was about, what do we do now that we're back? And now that people are more interested, what do we do? How do we get back up and running even better? They absolutely got up and running. They increased a load of the number of competitions. They did pretty good, I would say, as an objective observer. I am a member, obviously, because I have a WCA profile. I don't think I'm not a voting member because I'm not staff. Pretty sure that's the delineation. James can probably remind me about that. You've got to be volunteer, or you've got to be staff, one of the X 100 staff members to actually vote, is my understanding. So yeah, I'm watching, I'm going, yeah, you've done well. You have done well. You've grown. I'll always have opinions about what they could be doing a little bit better. But I will always recognize the things that they're doing well as well. That's being fair, right? As part of this process, we've taken a critical look at our mission statement, and in doing so have crafted a new purpose statement that we believe is a truer reflection of who we are and where we are headed. That's very exciting for me. Because I think my opinion was that and I think I've said this before, I'm pretty sure that I've said, and I still stand by it now, I'm pretty sure the mission statement, I actually think, was becoming unfit for purpose. I think it was getting in the way of growth because of its focus on, and this is going to sound weird, because of its focus on fair and equal conditions for everyone at any stage or whatever it was. that was becoming an issue, and I think was hindering growth of the sport overall. And it sounds like the WCA have recognized this at a very top level, which I love. I think that's great. So here we go. Our purpose is to empower the global speedcubing community and uphold a fun and fair competitive environment for all. So it's a slightly different approach. But the first part, to empower the global speedcubing community, notice how that comes first? I think that's deliberate, and I think that's pretty smart. I like the sound of it. The WCA encompasses a global community, one that provides opportunities and creates connections and friendships across every continent. This strategy aims to extend our global footprint by growing our volunteer base, uppercase volunteer base, appeal to a new generation of cubers, volunteers, fans. Have we ever had that in a WCA strategic plan as well? Fans, cubers, so cubers, volunteers, fans, and partners, ensuring that the WCA can grow sustainably. We have articulated 5 core values that encapsulate the standards we believe in and aspire to. The WCA values are community, fairness, fun, excellence, and volunteerism. Volunteering could have been fine, but sure, volunteerism, there'll be a purpose behind that. In line with the purpose statement and core values, the board has identified a set of key results areas. These are KRAs, KPIs for want of a better term, key performance indicators. Define a series of high priority outcomes that we are committed to achieving. These broad priorities of growth, systems, partnerships, events, and championships. These broad priorities of growth, systems, partnerships and events. Nope, partnerships. Events and championships, far out, Mike, and volunteers constitute our areas of focus for the next 3 years. I love that events and championships is, identified as one of those 5 key areas, as well as growth, as well as I suppose systems as well. Growth and events and championships. They're the ones that I'm like, okay, let's go. This journey is not one the WCA board can take alone. Our community is full of passionate, clever, and dedicated people. They're talking about me. I mean, obviously they're talking about me. You're coming on a bit strong there, WCA. I can tell you're talking about me, obviously, The journey is not one the WCA board can take alone. Our community is full of passionate, clever, and dedicated people who want to see speedcubing succeed. This is our shared strategy, and we invite you to join us on this exciting journey to a new and vibrant future for speedcubing. Okay, so here's the new purpose statement. Our purpose is to empower the global speedcubing community and uphold a fun and fair competitive environment for all. Sarcastic. I don't know what you're talking about, Curious Nick. So here we go. Here are our values, and then the key result areas. KPIs would have been fine, but sure, whatever. I've never heard of a key result area, but that's fine. So community. We believe in bringing people together to share our passion for speedcubing. Of course, whilst our community is global, we strive to maintain a welcoming, supportive, and inclusive environment. Wherever you are in the world, you're always welcome to a WCA competition and into the community. Sure, love that. Fairness. We believe in providing a fair and equitable competitive environment for all competitors. This commitment is essential for maintaining the trust of our community and the integrity of competition. The value of fairness underpins our ability to create an environment where people can strive for excellence and have fun. Oh, look, fun. That's next. We believe that the heart of speedcubing lies in the fun of competing and connecting with others. Our aim is to create a positive, playful, and enjoyable atmosphere at every competition for the whole community. This dedication to fun drives us to ensure that WCA competitions are not only competitive, but also engaging experiences where lifelong friendships are formed. Okay, sure, that's quite vague, that one. But I feel like that allows for a little bit less stuffiness at competitions, a little bit more fun. I feel like this is where, like, what you'll probably notice is that, like, there might be parts of the rules regulations update that might be dribbling out of this, right? Because this is how it works. Your purpose, right, is way, way up top. Your purpose guides everything. And then your values under that, your measurables come out of those in this sort of scenario. And out of all that come the really operational things. And when you have an operational question, when you're stuck on something, you can refer upwards and go, well, is this the right decision for where we want to go? It's quite easy to see yes or no. So, oh, well, obviously this is the decision we make. This is how you build organizations and direction that actually makes decision making easy and intentional and clear. So yeah, James, we're on just the definitions of the sort of the areas of focus just now, and then we'll go into the measurables, which are down bottom. So yeah, what do they call these? These are the values. Excellence. We believe in pushing boundaries and striving to be the best you can be with honesty and integrity. We strive to create a competition environment where people can strive for excellence, as well as continually improve what we do and how we do it to provide an excellent experience for all community members. Volunteerism. We believe in the power of volunteers. Yeah, well, you're built on the power of volunteers, so you'd better believe in it. Sorry, I didn't switch. We believe in the power of volunteers, from the community members helping at competitions to our leaders. Participating in a WCA competition is more than just competing. It's also about helping out and contributing to our shared success. Okay, so I don't have a problem with any of those values. They all sound pretty good. Because I'm focused in what I'm interested in is growth in speedcubing outside of speedcubers. That's really what I'm interested in. And I'm excited about this because all the changes are quite subtle, and it's and that is what it is. You don't radically change a working organization's you don't radically change an organization's focus. That's disruptive and can cause a lot of trouble. So they are. It's not a radical change, but I think it's at this top level, subtle changes can make big changes further down the line. Is my take on it. So here we go. Here's the 5 key result areas. The 5 key result areas below represent the high priority outcomes that the WCA will focus on over the next 3 years. So here we go. Growth. Sustainable growth for a bigger, brighter future. Improve our governance processes and policies. Sure. You got to do that. Encourage newcomers to participate in our sport. No change there. That sounds all right. Develop pathways for elite competitors. I'm pretty sure that's not necessarily something that was focused on in the previous plan. Develop a system to track the WCA's performance metrics. Well, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, you've got to do that. We have some of them, but I guess they want a new system, and it'd be interesting to know what those performance metrics are. Improve financial accountability and processes. Encourage the number, growth, and maturity of regional organizations. And seek recognition as an international sporting body. That one's been in there. That was in there in the last plan. I guess they didn't get to it. I think they may have made moves towards it, but they are intentionally seeking that recognition as an international sporting body. So that's their plan in the next 3 years. Cool. Love that. Don't have a problem with any of that. Systems. So here's what we're talking about systems. Maintain and improve the database and systems. Continue the engagement of dedicated experts to maintain and enhance our software systems. That's okay. That's a bit beige. Continue the engagement of dedicated experts. So these are the only people getting paid right now, is my understanding, is the software team, is my understanding. Increase community contributions to the WCA code base. I don't know what the WCA code base is, actually. Shall we ask AI? What is the WCA code base? No, I don't want to bookmark. Code base. Okay, I'm not sure what that one means. Maybe someone can help me out. Develop a prioritized pipeline of projects and software enhancements. Okay, so Love that. Just being a bit more organized with the software and future focused. Okay, sure. Strengthen our results database in a systems sense. Okay. I don't know what that means because I don't know what's not strong about the results database in a systems sense. Be interested to. I don't know if they'll talk more about it at the AGM. I'd love to get someone from the board on, someone who wrote this to talk about it. Partnership. So here we go. Improve sponsorship and viewership. Nurture and support our existing relationships and recognize their contribution to the WCA. Of course. I feel like we have a growing, a burgeoning, better relationship with Rubik's than we have had in the past, and I think that's to do with the people at the top of Rubik's. I think, you know, there's different people running that now who are seeing the importance of the connection to the WCA. Seek new partners relevant to the delivery of the WCA strategy. I think that probably speaks to outside sponsorship. Seek new partners relevant to the delivery of the WCA strategies. They're saying we want new partners and we want them to be relevant to the delivery of the WCA strategy. So a cautious approach potentially for sponsors outside of direct cube manufacturers and stores. Cora Leap. Honestly, I'm really glad Rubik's has stopped shunning speedcubing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the difference in leadership, the difference of their brand leaders, Thompson and is it George? I forget his name. Okay, I like this one. Develop a strategic digital media plan to expand the WCA's profile. Honestly, if I was to volunteer anywhere in the WCA, I think it would probably be in a YouTube sense. Because what did we see after? I'm interested in what their strategy is. Like, what's their content strategy? World Cube Association. What is their strategy? What have we seen? Okay, so we did get cuts from the live streams. That's great. And they're decent views. They're okay. And I'm comparing them to what I've just seen in terms of views from Monkey League. Like the 3x3 finals with 18k views. Whereas, you know, Yihang versus Bofeng just got, it's over 25k already from last week on Monkey League. So in terms of views, the WC, if we just look at it in a micro sense, like on YouTube, the World Cube Association is getting spanked by Monkey League. So that to me, that's an issue. So I'm like, I'd be interested to see how they improve on that. And that's all we've had since we've only had World Championships, you know what I mean? So there's a bit of a content strategy. There is a content strategy. I think it potentially needs work. They've got no clip strategy. They do okay on Instagram. Like, let's just check out. Let's just check them out on Instagram. Sorry, I'm side questing because I'm like, I do often wonder, if I was to give them some time, where would I give them some time? Okay, so that's fake. That's disappointing. That happens though. There's a SpeedCube NZ. The WCA official. Okay. Is that the one? Yeah, here we go. So in terms of their reels, they got a hell of a following. That's great. Reels do pretty good. They're doing great on Instagram actually. Dang, they're doing numbers on Instagram. That's awesome. And some of these are getting quite old because Chai is there. They're doing great numbers in the stuff that they are posting on Instagram. So that's really cool. That's great. I cannot be mad at that. How did I get there? Yeah, strategic digital media plan to expand the WCA's profile. Yeah, I reckon that's a good idea. So they have a digital media plan, but they need to probably, they can do more for sure. Events and championships. Improve the WCA major championship portfolio. So develop and deliver a spectator-friendly head-to-head competition format. So there we are. It's in the strategy. Develop and deliver a spectator-friendly head-to-head competition format. And that works hand in hand with the strategic digital media plan, because they will have way more shareable moments, way more broadcast outcome events. Improve the consistency and quality of our major championships. Improve streaming capabilities, frequency and quality. Chang's just read my mind as well. Just pay for it. Just pay for companies who are good at it to do it. I think they did pay. In fact, I'm almost certain they paid Speedcubing TV to do Worlds, and I think it was a pretty good outcome. I was really happy with it. But like I've said 100 times, they are. I've said polishing a turd in the past. You know what I mean? Like the trouble is that, in my opinion, the WCA format is inherently tough to broadcast to brand new people, but I think head to head is a really good one and a really understandable one, and I think that's gonna make that job easier. James, major comps have been paying for streaming for years. Yeah, no, for sure. Understood. But frequency and quality. So more WCA streams. Yes, longer term, not just one-offs. Yeah, no, for sure. Capitalize on the commercial value of our championships. Yeah, so this is an opportunity that they're missing that they can do better with as well, I would say. And I don't think they would disagree with me. And I'm not trying to be a jerk or nothing, but there is commercial value of the championships. There's eyeballs on the championships. And there's an audience there that companies could be marketing to, right? They could be advertising to. And we're probably not... We're not maximizing that. We're not getting the best out of that we could be. And that's fine. I don't think anyone at the top of the WCA would disagree with that. And they're being pretty clear about that in the strategy as well. This is interesting. Develop a framework that supports the changing of WCA events. And I suppose FTO fans... we know the struggle, don't we? We know from our investigations into FTO and comparing that with when Scube was added, because that's the thing. The last time Scube was added, the last time an event was added, it was Scube. It was 2014. There wasn't really a process. They just kind of did it. The WCA is so much bigger now that there needs to be a process, and there still isn't one. So, and they haven't got one yet. And they really need one. It's long overdue. So developing a framework that supports the changing of WCA events, they need a process. They need a process. It's long overdue. So, and they haven't said, notice here, they haven't said the adding. They've said the changing. So the removal and addition is all included in there. So that's cool. Now, there's one in here, there's one in volunteers that made me that pricked my little ears up. Volunteers, grow the number, quality, and focus of our volunteers. So, develop a standardized delegate and volunteer training program. I actually feel if there wasn't one of them already, I'm quite alarmed to hear that there's not one of them already, but maybe there's just not a standardized one. But I feel like that's a givey. Like, of course, there should be a standardized delegate and volunteer training program. Provide a specialized training program for our integrity team. I think that's really important, actually. And that's very big stuff, because the integrity team do deal with a lot of let me think of the right word. The right word. Absolute psychopaths is what they deal with. The stuff you see on the forum, man, they deal with some certified crazies in there. And I think specialized training for those people to deal with the amount of pressure and abuse and grief that they get, I think is a really good idea. A really good idea. Cole, yeah, you did. It's, I don't know how long ago it was, maybe an hour. You can skip back in the stream and watch it. You have my permission to go back in time. Now, this is the one I really like, though. I like this a lot. Let's read it. Invest in and grow an executive management team to support the WCA's volunteer base. Why do I like that? Well, anyone who's watched the show and heard me yap about the WCA forever, I'm an advocate for a paid CEO. There needs to be someone between the board and the operations, and they need to be, in my opinion, paid so that they can do a good job, and we don't just rinse people and burn people and do unsustainable stuff. I think for the sustainability of the WCA, I think there needs to be, they need to find a way to have paid staff. That's my, just my opinion, and I'm only a non-voting member, so that's where I am with it all. But I like the way that they've written here, invest in and grow an executive management team. So I think that, like, they could be just investing time, but I think, well, I hope they're going to invest some money into paying people to support the WCA's volunteer base. Again, I've said this before, volunteer management is very, very difficult, and they have hundreds of volunteers. It's very difficult. It's a challenging job, and it needs to be taken seriously. And they are taking it seriously. They're saying an executive management team to support the WCA's volunteer base. The two words that pique my interest are invest in, okay, 3 words, invest in and executive management team. So they sound like paid positions to me, and I support that. I think that sounds great. And then improve inter-team functioning and communication. Yeah, sure. I don't know the insides and outs of the teams and how the comms works in and out of the teams, but yeah, I'm into that. I'm into everything I've seen. I think this is a really good looking strategic plan. I wish them all the best with it. I assume it will be implemented at the... I don't think anyone's going to object strongly to it. You never know, though. You never know with our community. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm excited for the AGM, genuinely. So there's one more thing to look at, which is another bylaw amendment, and that is to just adopt the new purpose statement and values. Where does it say the previous one? Can't find it. So they want to capture the purpose and values in the bylaws. Including the purpose and values in the bylaws ensures that they are non-negotiable guiding principles. Down with that. I'm down with that. Placing them above our other governance documents, motions, regulations, etc. This is what I'm talking about. Trickle down. It trickles down from the purpose. It all starts with the purpose. Read Simon Sinek's Start With Why. It all starts with the purpose. Someone on the board has clearly read Simon Sinek's Start With Why. We believe that the bylaws should define what the WCA is and why it exists. They embed the WCA's reason for being at the constitutional level. The values and principles set our direction. They guide the how of the WCA. Yeah, because they guide the how, but they are the why. Placing these values in the bylaws gives us criteria and framework for decision making. It's so smart. It's so good. I love to see this. This is great stuff. Great stuff from the WCA. Really, genuinely. I'm not being sarcastic right now. I think this is a really, really good WCA purpose statement. I'm all about it.